I'm just gonna come out and say it right now. I was wrong about many things in my last video. Much more than my last video. And for that, I'm sorry. If I would want to make videos discussing any kind of lore, I myself would also have to be well informed, and my last video was just not like that at all. So, today I will be correcting my mistakes from the last video, and giving some commentary on it, if you will. I honestly had a mini mental breakdown over this because I was so freaking disappointed in myself for not doing a little bit of, connect the dots and just using my brain a little for this. And also the timing for this is just so good, man. Another YouTuber by the name of Sophie No Sleep pointed out all the terrible things happening in this community or something along those lines. I'm pretty new to this community, and despite playing Cookie Run Kingdom for a really long time, ever since launch actually, I still haven't gotten involved in the online community until a few years ago. And hearing them talk about the media illiteracy in the fandom, like, am I becoming the things that I despise the most? But anyways, first thing that I would like to clarify is that I don't actually hate the story. Like I said, I actually think it's very good, and has a lot of thought put into it. The only thing that I don't like about it is that it's just not done well enough to do the story justice, you know what I mean? Anyways, with that out of the way, let's get on to the first topic, which I already somewhat clarified in the pinned comment on my last video, but I'll get over it again because, so that we're on the same page and such. I did not realize that this and this is the same thing. So the other realm has, in fact, been shown in the story before. Many times before. So, now why did I not put 2 and 2 together that those two are the same thing? Well, it's actually very simple. And the reasoning for this is actually the same for all my mistakes in this video. Maybe except for the last one, but we don't talk about that just yet. And it is that if it is not explicitly stated within the story, those details, whether big or small, like how they did not start calling the other realm until this episode, just goes right over my head. As it turns out, playing the story over the span of a few weeks is not really the best for retaining memories and thoughts about said story. And it certainly did not help that all of that was done after 8 hours of work. So I guess having your brain turned on for these stories is not such a bad idea after all. But of course, I'm not trying to defend myself here. I can't just blame all my mistakes on external factors like this. I was honestly so disappointed in myself for missing this next one. So, as it turns out, Pure Vanilla finding the document saying stuff about the beast binding ritual being kept at the Spire of Knowledge is actually a lie planted by Candy Apple Cookie to lure Pure Vanilla Cookie into Shadow Milk Cookie's Spire. And in fact, it was not an actual document that was already in the archives of the Fairy Kingdom. Wait, I don't know why I'm telling you this as if you don't already know this. Like, of course you already know this, I'm just dumb for not knowing this already. Anyways, what makes this even worse though is that they even made it so obvious as well, with all the footsteps and stuff. Like, oh my gosh, man. Next one. Me saying that it didn't make sense for there to be 2 fortune teller cookies, well, it did actually make sense for both of them to be there, because of course the Spire of Deceit is the Spire of Deceit after all. It is only natural that there be things that don't make sense happening in the Spire. The thing that weirded me out here is that normally, right, when you're reading some sort of novel or story, or even watching some TV show or series, you're usually let in on the secret, or, in this case, trick at play here. And even in the case that if you're supposed to be tricked along with the characters, you're usually being shown what happens. Or if you're reading a book, it will describe what's happening in the way that you'll be confused along with the characters, either with the narrations or dialogue. In this case though, it's a different sort of confused, because Fortune Teller Cookie just shows up literally out of thin air and none of the characters make any note of it at all. So this is just a simple case of Death Sisters being bad at exposition, and me being bad at putting my thoughts into words. This last one, I'm actually surprised that so few of you actually called me out for this. But I said that the reason that everyone was lying is because of pure vanilla being corrupted. Yeah, I totally agree with y'all on that. It definitely makes no sense at all. Why would one ancient being corrupted affect the lives of other cookies in that way? Sure, they're like the emanators of those virtues or something like that, but of course they are not literally the embodiment of those virtues. The real reason why everyone was lying was actually because of Black Sapphire Cookie. Plain and simple. And that's all of the main mistakes I made in the last video. I hope you enjoyed me correcting myself in this video, and I promise, next time, if I do something like this again, I'll be using more of my brain when playing through it. And if you have any more mistakes of mine that you would like me to correct, you may leave them in the comment section below, and I will see y'all next time. Bye!